Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to tackle something that's incredibly common, yet, honestly, it's deeply alarming if you really stop to think about it. Imagine this. You wake up, you go through your standard morning routine, and you start brushing your teeth, just like you've done literally thousands of times before. And then, boom, there it is, a streak of red in the sink. You know the one. It's a moment that happens to millions of us every single day, but we rarely pause to consider the actual biology of what we're looking at. Today, we are putting a giant magnifying glass on this exact phenomenon to uncover the hidden battle happening right inside your mouth.
Okay, let's dive into this. Why exactly does this happen? I mean, think about the sheer contradiction here. We're actively trying to clean our bodies, to maintain our personal health, and yet our body responds to this care by bleeding. If your skin bled every single time you washed your hands, you wouldn't just shrug it off, right? No way. You'd be at the doctor's office in a heartbeat demanding answers. But when it comes to our gums, we somehow just accept it. Well, to solve this mystery, we have to look really closely at the gum line. Throughout the day, this invisible, super sticky film called plaque builds up on your teeth. This plaque is absolutely teeming with bacteria. And if it isn't cleared away thoroughly, that bacteria basically sets up camp right exactly where your teeth meet your gums. And this brilliantly illustrates the jarring tension at play here. On one hand, you have a simple, repetitive, totally mundane action every time you brush. But on the other hand, a dramatic, visceral reaction. Your gums bleed. Blood is our body's biological alarm system. But here's the kicker. That blood isn't actually coming from your toothbrush scratching up healthy gums. Nope. Instead, it's a huge sign of active inflammation. Because the bacteria we just talked about is releasing toxins, your immune system instantly recognizes a threat. To fight off this localized infection, your body rushes extra blood to the area, packing it with defensive white blood cells. This rush of blood makes your gum tissue swollen, tender, and just incredibly fragile. So when the bristles of your brush sweep across that swollen tissue, the weakened blood vessels simply burst.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that we aren't talking about a random Tuesday where you maybe flossed a little too aggressively, or the very first time you used a brand new stiff-bristled toothbrush. We're talking about a chronic, predictable reaction. When an everyday action consistently triggers this kind of physical warning, your body is loudly sounding the alarm for gingivitis. Gingivitis is the early, and thankfully completely reversible, stage of gum disease. It means the bacterial forces have gained a foothold, and your immune system is locked in a daily, exhausting battle to keep them at bay. Your body is essentially flashing a giant warning sign over and over again, begging you to intervene before the structural damage becomes permanent.
So the crucial point is this absolute mandate. Don't ignore it. Look, in our busy lives, it's incredibly easy to rationalize small discomforts away. We tell ourselves that seeing a little pink in the sink is normal, or, we just naturally have sensitive gums. But you cannot negotiate with biology. Chronic bleeding is a very real symptom of a progressing disease. If gingivitis is left unchecked, it can advance into severe periodontitis. This is where the inflammation literally starts destroying the very bone and connective tissue that hold your teeth in place. And worse still, modern research has directly linked this chronic oral inflammation to much wider systemic health issues. We're talking heart disease and even diabetes. Ignoring the bleeding doesn't make the underlying infection magically disappear. It simply allows it to quietly spread.
Let's move to our final thought and see how this all builds to the ultimate question you really need to be asking yourself today. What is your body trying to tell you? We've seen how a simple daily hygiene routine can agitate a hidden bacterial battlefront right under your nose, literally. That bleeding isn't just an annoyance, it is a direct message from your immune system. It's a catalyst urging you to look closer and actually take action. Don't let that biological alarm bell ring endlessly without investigating the source of the fire. Let this be the exact moment you stop accepting the pink in the sink as normal, seek out professional answers from your dentist, and finally listen to what your body has been signaling to you all along.